Our physical reality is a manifestation of our inner consciousness. There are an infinite number of physical realities. Each one of us is experiencing our own version of physical reality based on our inner beliefs and assumptions. Knowing this, you have the full potential to experience a completely different physical reality, your version of reality, the one that you desire, irrespective of what anyone else desires. And I will be telling you how to manifest your desired version in a little bit. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Irresistible and I'm a manifestation and soul alignment coach. My channel is geared towards helping you become your highest potential so that you can create and live the extraordinary life that is your birthright. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to manifest peace in the Middle East. But before we get started, just a quick reminder that I offer both email and video coaching. So if you need help in manifesting any of your desires or in releasing any of your blocks, you definitely want to check out all my coaching options. They are in the description below. And I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon if you'd like to receive a notification anytime I upload a new video. Given what we are currently experiencing in the Middle East, I thought I would film this video to share with you that this too is a creation, our manifestation, and that we still have the power to make shifts in our physical reality. If you are new to my channel, if this is the first time you come on and are exposed to my teachings, I'm going to give a brief introduction of how we are creating everything. So our physical reality is a manifestation of our inner consciousness. It is a reflection of our inner beliefs and assumptions that we have learned from a very young age, and we continue to uphold either consciously or unconsciously. And this is then how our physical reality is being created. Our physical reality is unique to us. So there are an infinite number of physical realities. Each one of us is experiencing our own version of physical reality based on our inner beliefs and assumptions. Knowing this, you have the full potential to experience a completely different physical reality, your version of reality, the one that you desire, irrespective of what anyone else desires. It's very much like a dream that you are personally experiencing. And every one of us has the ability to create our own version of reality. So this helps you release the how. This helps you release the limitations of what's possible. What we assume and what we choose is what we will experience. Manifesting is a product of two important components. It's a product of your inner beliefs and assumptions, what you believe to be true. And sometimes these assumptions and beliefs, although they may reflect your judgments of what's going on in physical reality, upholding them may not be beneficial. And I will explain that in a little bit. The second component is where you are placing your focus and attention. And I will be telling you how to manifest your desired version in a little bit. But it's important to understand that your physical reality is a byproduct of these two things. One of the things I noticed, I was on social media, although I highly recommend you don't go on social media because it may be triggering to you depending on where you stand with respect to the situation. So I highly recommend that you don't go on social media as it may be triggering and it might be counterproductive. But one of the things I noticed is on both sides, you have people who are very firm in their beliefs around what is happening. They absolutely believe something to be true. And you will see the interpretation of certain situations is very reflective of those beliefs. And so it's not like they're manifesting their version of the truth. They are literally manifesting their version of reality. In the old way of thinking, if I were to see such opposing viewpoints on a given situation, I would have assumed that they are misinformed, the other party is misinformed, or that the media is skewed in one direction. Of course, that can also be a manifestation of your assumptions, but in reality, what's happening is there are literally different versions of reality being experienced. That is evidence of it. So literally, you can manifest your desired version. Forget what anybody else wants. It does not matter. What matters is what you wish to experience. And hold on to that, because that is like your dream. No one can interfere with your dream. When you're dreaming while you're asleep at night, you're experiencing your dream. It's unique to you. No one can interfere with that. It's very much the same thing. So now that I've given you this introduction, I'm going to share with you how you can go about creating your desired outcome with respect to what's happening in the Middle East. Because it is absolutely not right that in this day and age, there are children being killed, regardless of who you think is doing it. It is unacceptable that in this day and age, we are still creating that. So we need to make a shift, and this can be changed. I'm going to tell you how to create your desired outcome in 3 steps. Step number 1 is you want to list out all the assumptions you have that may be contributing to this physical reality. I'm going to share some that may help guide you. You want to list all these out. All the assumptions that you may be upholding that are causing this undesired physical reality. I'm going to list some of them, but you want to do this for yourself as well. Now that you have listed these out, usually I would recommend that you flip them. The problem is it may feel very hard for you to flip it. So if you believe that the other party is brutal and will not stop at anything, it will be very hard for you to affirm that they are compassionate and going to stop doing what they're doing. It will be impossible for you to do that. So what you need to do then is not affirm for the opposite, yet do not keep affirming for these assumptions. So if something is happening, don't affirm, don't talk about it. Don't say, oh, they will never stop. Oh, this will never change. Oh, our people are victims and will continue to be victims. Don't affirm for that. Don't say it. You don't have to believe the opposite. Just don't affirm for the undesired reality. Don't affirm for it. Release it. Here, I'm not asking you to affirm for the opposite. It may feel hard to do that unless you're withdrawn. But ultimately, even me as a manifestation coach, I have long held beliefs that for me are hard to affirm the opposite of. It's just, you can't do it. It may feel difficult. So you're not going to do that. You're going to just not affirm for that. Just Observe and don't make any affirmations. Don't talk about it. Don't write on social media. Don't argue with people. Don't discuss it with other people to the extent possible. I know it's hard. To the extent possible, do not do that. The second thing you're going to do, so that's the first thing, listing out all the assumptions. The second thing you are going to do is you're going to write down an intention of what you would like to experience. The end result, not the how. We're not involved in the how in any shape or form. Our end goal, for example, is peace. The peace that you desire. What is it that you desire? What do you want to experience? Focus on that end. Write it down and be super clear on it. That's the only thing you need to do. Write it down and be super clear about that end. That's all you need to do for the second thing. The third thing you're going to do is you're going to keep yourself distracted with other things, with things you love doing. You're literally going to create your own little bubble of distractions, things that make you happy. Maybe you love working. Actually, this happened to me. This since beginning of September, I've been super distracted with sculpting, which is something I've never done before. I'm an artist, but I've never done sculpting per se. So I've learned how to do sculpting, and I am in my own little world. And I believe that this happened for me to be able to hold that space for myself, to be able to create that little bubble where I am not getting sucked into the current physical reality. And I want to emphasize something to you. You not giving attention and focus to the current physical reality does not make you any less compassionate, does not make you someone who is giving a blind eye to what's happening. You are wanting to change the reality so this does not continue. That is the utmost of compassion that you can have. That is the utmost of love that you can create for yourself and for humanity. That is not you being selfish. That is not you being in denial. It is you rejecting this physical reality. It is you changing this physical reality because it's no longer acceptable to you. So you have to release all judgments you have around putting yourself in this little bubble, because you're not going to create change otherwise. You're not going to create change by being in a fight mode. Actually, most people feel helpless. Most people feel that what am I contributing? How am I helping? So this is the way you can create the change, by doing that. And that reflects the part where I say you have to remove your focus and attention from the undesired reality in order for it to dissolve. And so you shift into the version of reality that you wish to experience. We're talking about physical realities here. We're talking about parallel realities. For you to shift into your desired version of reality, you have to let go of the current one. And that's how you do it. It doesn't mean that you're denying what's happening. What you are experiencing, what you are viewing is 1,000% real. It's real. It's your version of reality you're experiencing. It's very real. No one can tell you that's not real, but you want to change it. And so that's how you do it. You do it by not giving focus and attention to the existing reality. You're gonna know what's going on. Like, I'm someone who stays away from the news. I try to the extent possible, but I still know what's going on. I still hear it. I still see it on social media. I still hear it from friends. It aches. Your heart's gonna ache, but you're gonna bring yourself back. It's like Anita Moorjani once shared it in her book, Dying to Be Me. It's a fantastic book. She talks about a near-death experience where she was literally on her deathbed, where she was in a coma and she was experiencing herself outside of her body, and she was in that state where she could decide whether to come back or not come back into her physical body. She had the choice. And in that space of the non-physical, she experienced immense love. But then she would hear her mom crying, and she would get sucked into that and feel her mother's pain. And she'd be sucked into that, and then she'd withdraw herself back and she'd feel okay again. So it's similar. It's like when you're in it, too involved in it, you're gonna feel it. Of course you're gonna feel it. But then it's about bringing yourself back, because your goal is to change. Your goal is to shift. And when you bring yourself back, you bring yourself back into that little bubble, you're going to start experiencing the physical shifts. You're going to start experiencing it. You're going to start seeing shifts. And you're also going to start seeing shifts in the collective consciousness, because the collective consciousness is also your creation based on what you believe. So you're going to start seeing things happen. As a first level manifestation, you're going to start seeing shifts in the collective, what the collective is saying, what the collective is sharing. The second level is you're going to start seeing changes literally on the ground. So this is really how you can do this. You owe this to yourself. You owe this to create a different reality. You owe this to the people that you love, to your people, to what you stand for. You owe it to yourself to do that. So now's the time to do it. We're in a stage where a higher level of consciousness is what's required to create the change that we desire. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please like, comment, and share, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.